Have you ever been riding on a high, shining, grinding, glowing, manifesting, and then bam, out of nowhere, the evil eye hits you? It's your ops, your haters, and their evil juju tearing you down. So what do? Well, simple. Take a lock of their hair, the wing of a bat, mix it with some moon water, burn it with sage, put it under your pillow, and... Just kidding, guys. It's not that kind of podcast. The answer, as always, lies within you, in your energy, in your mind, in your perspective, and your boundaries. That's where true protection and power comes from. Today, we're going to do a deep dive on jealousy and the evil eye, how to handle it in romantic relationships, how to navigate it in friendships and social circles, and even at work. We'll cover what to do when you feel jealous and what to do when others are jealous of you. Most importantly, I'm going to show you how to turn it all into your advantage. Jealousy, no matter which angle you're experiencing it from, is the lead in your life, and I'm going to show you how to turn it into gold. Before we dive in, please take a second to hit that subscribe button. Shockingly, over 70% of my regular listeners aren't subscribed. So if that's you, join the Aulona Alchemy community officially. I'm manifesting a space where we can grow together, support one another, and elevate our consciousness. And the way you can contribute is by tapping that subscribe button. Okay, let's start with the kind of jealousy that shows up in romantic relationships. So imagine you're at a party, your significant other is giving a lot of attention to another woman or man, and bam, jealousy hits. Your chest tightens, your eyes lock in, and your inner villain is being summoned. So how do you handle the situation without going apeshit? Here's the key. The second you recognize the feeling, take a deep breath or a few. You never want to react in the moment. Whether it's a subtle flirt or blatant disrespect, stooping to their level, trying to control the situation, or imposing yourself in the moment will only leave you looking desperate or like a fool. Let people behave how they want to and focus on controlling yourself, even if they're your significant other. After you take some deep breaths, scan your mind and body and try to identify where the jealousy is really coming from. Is this about their behavior? Is this about you? Or is it about the deeper dynamic between the two of you? Are they just catching up with a friend who happens to be sexy? Or are they putting down the moves and laying it on thick? The fact is, it's natural for men and women to notice attractive people. Finding someone else physically beautiful and charming does not mean you are unattractive. But there's a fine line between engaging in a friendly conversation, albeit with a hottie, or noticing someone's attractive features subtly, and blatant disrespect. Some partners do cross that line. Toxic partners even use it as a tool, taking the staring and the flirting way too far right in front of you, not because they're clueless, but because they enjoy making you jealous and get bonus points if they get a reaction out of you. Crazy, right? It's just a Jedi mind trick game meant to feed their ego. So recognize when it's being played on you. Never react in the moment. Unbothered energy is the name of the game. But you don't have to completely ignore it either. Address it later in private. Every person and every couple has different capacities and boundaries for what they tolerate outside the relationship. Some couples won't tolerate their significant other speaking to or even looking at someone else. While on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, some couples are swingers or even polyamorous. Some couples aren't couples at all. They're thruples or more. In my opinion, there's no unanimous right or wrong. There's what's authentic to you and your partner, and that's why communicating about this in private and agreeing to the norms of your relationship is the key. You mutually define the boundaries of the relationship, and then you honor them. If crossing those very boundaries is a repeated pattern, it's time to let them go and find someone who respects you. But jealousy doesn't always come from your partner's behavior. Sometimes it's rooted in your own insecurities. Maybe seeing them eyeing someone attractive triggers an unhealed part of you. Ask yourself, is there something you're feeling insecure about? Is it your partner's behavior that's bothering you? Or is the glowing aura of the other person mirroring back that you have been ignoring your own? It's okay to feel off sometimes, but you can't expect your partner to not have healthy social interactions in order to soothe your insecurities. That's not fair, it's toxic. Recognize when you are doing this to your partner or when they are doing it to you. The best antidote is loving yourself so much that you truly don't care whether they look at someone else or even leave you for someone else. It's communicating with the aim to better understand one another, grow together, and resolve the conflict. It's loving yourself so much that you can walk away when the communication isn't translating to progress or when disrespect is being served. That doesn't mean it won't hurt, but the self-respect has to be bigger than the love you have for them. It's about embodying your worth so deeply that you know that if someone can be distracted away from you by a little attention, they're not for you. It's also recognizing that even if your partner would truly be happier with someone else, then they're just not for you, and there's nothing you can do to change that. Loving yourself means you know that you don't have to control and change them and mold them to show up for you in the way you deserve. It's knowing that you don't have to beg to be seen, and having faith that the right person who can honor and love you fully will come along. As long as you love and respect yourself, your partner will mirror that back to you. Walking through life with that energy makes you almost completely immune to jealousy in your romantic relationships. Now, let's talk about jealousy outside of the romantic relationships, in your friend groups, your social circles, and your workplace. This is where we cover both sides, when you feel jealous of others and when others feel jealous of you. First, let's cover when you feel jealous. Be honest with yourself. Maybe you're jealous of someone who just got a new car, a new job. Maybe someone got pregnant while you've been trying for ages. Maybe you're jealous of the friend with a perfect relationship, the timeless beauty, or the endless money. But people rarely notice jealousy in themselves. The same people who complain about the haters can't recognize when they're doing it. So how do you know if it's jealousy that you're feeling? Because when the topic comes up, rather than feeling indifferent or happy for them, you feel a twinge of disgust or resentment. You cringe a little. You have an overwhelming visceral reaction and judgment towards them. That's your cue. Your ego tells you that you're being realistic, honorable, or analytical, or even that you're giving good advice or you're just playing the devil's advocate. But deep down, you're just jealous. And I don't mean this in an antagonizing way. This is a judgment-free zone. And the first step to turning this in your favor is to become aware of it. You don't want to ignore it because jealousy, when left untreated, is one of the biggest blocks to manifestation. But when alchemized, can become your gateway to manifestation. Jealousy is what you feel when you want something, but believe deep down that you can never have it. And that right there is both a problem and the solution. The good news is that jealousy shows you what you want. It's like a neon arrow pointing to your suppressed desire, saying, hey, you want this too. The second piece is the block in your subconscious that makes you believe you can't have it. That's the part you need to work on. That's where the personal development comes in. Removing limiting beliefs, shifting your mindset from lack to abundance, and knowing you are worthy and capable of having what you want. Here's what I want you to do the next time you feel jealous. Recognize it in your body and call it out for what it truly is. Jealousy. And forgive yourself without judgment. It's human, and the root feeling is often hidden away in the shadows of your psyche's subconscious beliefs. Then, I want you to celebrate the person you're jealous of. Yes, celebrate them. Take it as a sign that what you want is on its way to you. This is how you shift from blocking yourself from attracting the very thing that you desire to elevating your energy to become an energetic match for what you want to receive. When you're jealous, you're telling the universe that you are in lack and you cannot have this. When you're celebrating, you are telling the universe that you are an energetic match for what you want. So if your friend just got pregnant and you've been trying for years, celebrate her. If someone just bought the car of your dreams, celebrate it and take it as proof that it's possible for you. That doesn't mean there's one less Maserati in the world. That means there's one more piece of proof that you can have it too. If someone just opened your dream business before you, take it as proof of concept that the world wants your product. For every Uber, there's a Lyft. For every McDonald's, there's a Burger King. Switch from lack to abundance mindset. It's simple, but what most people do instead is unconsciously tear the other person down. They'll say, oh, a Maserati, they have dirty money, or they're so vain. Or, oh, they opened their own business, it's probably going to fail, the economy's down. Or, they're creating content, they're so cringe. It's much easier to attack the other person than to take accountability for your own limiting beliefs. But that won't get you the life of your dreams. So next time you feel jealous, flip it and use it as a way to get what you really want. And now let's discuss what to do when others are jealous of you and how to protect yourself from the evil eye. This is the question I get asked the most. People are so aware of the power of jealousy that most cultures have some version of the evil eye or use garlic or red peppers or talismans to ward off jealousy. You'll always see me wearing one or two myself, but we need to keep this in check. There's a difference between understanding energy and succumbing to fear and paranoia. When jealousy is directed at you, it can be deeply painful. It comes with a realization that someone you thought was rooting for you isn't. In your highest moments, after working so hard to get there, you look out expecting support, and instead you find resentment. Sometimes it's subtle. Sly comments, passive-aggressive jokes, or fake compliments with undeniably heavy energy behind them. Other times, it's worse. It's hidden. A colleague or a frenemy who smiles to your face but actively sabotages you behind your back. We've all been there. But recognize that while it feels like a personal vendetta against you, it's rooted in the other person's insecurity. The person who is doing this to you is so far down the fear, scarcity, and lack or low self-worth mindset that this is how they see the world. The low vibration, scarcity, fear mindset, or insecurity is the true drive behind their jealousy. But understanding where it comes from doesn't mean you have to tolerate it. In fact, you absolutely shouldn't. One of the biggest mistakes you can make is sympathizing with someone's insecurity to the point of ignoring the potential danger of how it can manifest as hateful actions against you. In the darkest forms, these people will try to dim your light and take your aura. They don't understand that what you have or embody is something that they have to cultivate from within. So the most predatory of people will try to take it from you rather than creating it for themselves. Whether it's the house, the car, the business, the perfect partner, the fashion, the flair, or even your aura, jealous people will try to take yours so they can have it for themselves or simply so they can destroy it for you so they can feel better about not having it. Do not let this be you. Understanding someone's trauma does not excuse their behavior, and protecting yourself should always be the priority. So here's what to do when you recognize someone is jealous of you. Firstly, stop feeding it. If you notice someone is jealous of a certain topic, stop discussing it with them. Protect your energy and your aura. Secondly, assess their place in your life. Are they a person who occasionally feels envious and expresses it lightheartedly? Or are they consistently filled with wrath and contempt? Are they self-aware of their jealousy? Are they someone you have to see often, like a family member or a colleague? Or are they a friend? Is it harmless or dangerous? Answer these questions in regard to the jealous person in your life and practice discernment. Don't let your relationship with them or empathy towards them cloud the assessment of their behavior. Thirdly, limit your access to the right degree. Choose how much you will limit their access to your life. You can limit access in the form of how much you share verbally or even with your presence. You don't have to make a dramatic exit or call them out, but you do have to stop shrinking yourself to make them feel comfortable. This will only stunt your growth. Surround yourself with people who can celebrate your wins, even if they're not where they want to be at, and leave the jealous people to do their own inner work, just as you have done yours. If it's someone you can't avoid physically, like a colleague, then limit their access to your energy by not focusing on them and their petty behavior. Any ill intentions they have towards you will backfire because you are divinely protected. Raise your vibration and remove their access to your thoughts. Keep your interactions with them to a bare minimum. Removing access isn't only physical, it's also mental and energetic, so do not give them any energy. Lastly, don't underestimate the danger of jealousy. Jealousy is poison. Whether you're being administered a microdose or a mouthful, it still runs through your veins, siphons your energy, and dims your light. You don't have to explain to the ones administering the venom that it's harming you. You just need to remove it. And about the evil eye, how do you protect yourself? Shine your light big and bright and let them put on shades. Don't give your haters any energy, none. Whether it's the ops in your office, frenemies, or even family. Protecting your access isn't just about who you let near you physically. It's about how much space you give them in your mind. Obsessing over their jealousy, replaying their comments, trying to outmaneuver their sly tactics, none of that actually protects you from the evil eye. It just keeps you feeding the beast and sipping the poison back into your own body. The more energy you give to the fear, the more it will manifest into reality. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. They are jealous and send you bad energy. Your awareness of it brings you down to a low, fear-based vibration. Then, because you're operating at a low vibration and fearful frequency, you manifest more fearful situations into your life. Rewire your brain to focus on yourself and shine so bright from the inside out that the other people's negative energy has no choice but to fall off of you. You protect yourself by starving the evil forces of your energy and attention. Pour that attention and energy into your own cup. Coat yourself in a bright white light of protection. Focus on your path rather than their pettiness. This doesn't mean you have to share every move online or in public. Energies are real. If your project or idea isn't fully crystallized, keep it private until it's solid. If you're in a vulnerable place, don't expose yourself to the vultures, just like animals do in the wild. It's a balance between shining unapologetically and keeping the private private and the sacred sacred. And finally, when life inevitably brings you down to your knees, as it does to everyone, don't automatically assume it's someone's evil energy. That's a form of shifting the blame and playing victim and outsourcing your power. Maybe the difficult situation is the universe catalyzing your growth. Maybe this obstacle is an opportunity. Maybe the people who let you down were just showing you who they really are. Maybe you missed the train or the plane because you are divinely protected and you weren't meant to go there. Maybe this difficult phase is the catalyst that will make you level up. It's the alchemy. When you start to see it that way, external energies become far less powerful and you become the alchemist of your life. So to recap, in relationships, the antidote to jealousy is deep self-worth and clear boundaries. Jealousy within yourself can be the gateway to manifestations when you recognize that it's showing you what you truly desire and when you alchemize it into a high vibration feeling, like joy for the other person. Celebrate their victories and take it as a sign that what you want is on your way. When others are jealous of you, protect your energy, limit access, and keep shining. The evil eye is real, but so is the protection spell that you cultivate from the inside out. Jealousy is not something to fear. It's something to understand, integrate, and transmute. That's the alchemy. If you love this episode, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Love you guys. See you in the next one.